First one, autumn property market. What do we see coming ahead? Well, good news. Greg is going to come on shortly and tell us all about that. So I'm going to skip through to the second story. Common mistakes first home buyers make and don't make them. We've talked a lot the last few weeks about first home buyers. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. Remember, as I said, buying your very first home, you've never done this before. You need to take advice. You need to take your time and do it right, but don't get too hung up on it. Reserve Bank, interest rates are going up. That is a fact. We've all accepted that. The war in Ukraine, is that going to make it go quicker, slower, faster? Well, I'll tell you what, the Reserve Bank only works on consumer price index, and they must keep it between 2 and 3%. So some of you might be thinking the war in Ukraine is bad for the economy, but what it's doing is we've seen things like petrol prices and so forth are going up as the supply is going down in petrol. And what that's doing is pushing that CPI figure up. So it's potentially artificially forcing the Reserve Bank's hand. It's going to be very, very interesting what happens. I think most people are expecting it to go up this year at some point. Melbourne CBD apartment investment approves. We're finally starting to see people coming back into the city. Offices are open again, and it is very, very exciting to see the hive of activity. Just outside here in our street, it's now packed. I was in the city the other day, and it was great to see people there, and that is what's going to come through and translate well. And lastly, don't let your emotions get the better of you when you are buying. All right, time is up. I think I almost got there. The only thing I want to just quickly touch on, I'll do it in about 10 seconds, is the auction results from the weekend. It was a pretty good weekend. The figures nationally was just under 73%, Sydney just under 75%, and Melbourne just over 70%. Again, very, very big numbers we're seeing here in Melbourne. So just under 1,500 auctions. So that is a big, big number, as I mentioned last week, to see on one weekend this early in the year, and still seeing the clearance come through. So good results, strong, and I don't think you need to worry too much about prices.